Okay. Alright. Walking this bitch like I just got rich. Walking this bitch like I just got lit.
Warning. The stunts in this movie were performed by professionals, so for your safety and the protection of those around you, do not attempt any of the stunts you're about to see.
And the times I've had with them will all fade to gray soon on the TV station.
We're here in 1988 California studios. I'm here with Left Brain. I'm asking him a couple questions. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know and the people who do?
Yeah, what's good? I'm Left Brain. An artist, producer, actor, songwriter, just all around artist from Los Angeles.
And speaking of Los Angeles, I heard you went to the Lakers game yesterday. How's that?
Oh no, I just went to go watch it at the homie spot.
Oh word? Are you a big sports fan like that, or?
Yeah, I'm not that big of a sports fan, but I like the Lakers though. I always liked the Lakers.
Favorite players growing up, or?
Just Kobe Bryant, really. Kevin Garnett too. I fuck with Kevin Garnett, but Kobe.
Really?
R.I.P. Kobe.
How do you feel about the whole Staples to Crypto.com arena thing?
Oh, man, it's just kind of weird, you know? I don't know. I don't really know too much about crypto and shit, so it did sound kind of weird since it's been Staples my whole life, you know. But it sounds weird. I gotta get used to it.
Yeah, it's definitely
crypto
like
stadium. Is it stadium or arena? I don't even know. It's still the Staples though, the LA niggas.
Always. You know, when I'm asking about sports too, you know, I also consider like skating a sport. So like, I know you and a lot of the other Odd Future members grew up on skating. Did you have any like favorite skate brands or skaters growing up, like in the scene?
Did I like know any skaters?
Just like watching. Did you have any favorite like?
Oh, do I have any favorites? Yeah, I like all the skate brands really, bro. Like back when I was first coming up, I liked Mystery and Fallen and like Zero, all the dark black brands and niggas that wear all black and shit. But now I just like all the brands because all the homies skate. Like my dad had a skate shop.
Oh, really?
I used to work at his shop and shit. So I've been like skating.
Tell me a little bit about that. Like your dad owning the skate shop. What was that like growing up?
That shit was cool. Like I started skating because the homies around, we moved to this neighborhood like in the Crenshaw district. I was like in the 4th grade probably, but there was some kids around the corner skating. And I started skating and shit. I was like, it's kids around here that skate, Dad. He was like trying to do a bike shop or a skate shop. So I told him we should do a skate shop. Cause I knew like 20 kids. I met like 20 kids throughout the month. I was like, it's a bunch of kids that skate around here, so.
So you were almost like the spark for him to like do it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And so was he like super stoked when he heard like you started skating and shit? Like did he support it? Or?
Yeah, he supported it, yeah, because he opened a shop. He was like, this should be a good business. I didn't really skate like professionally. I wasn't trying to get sponsors and shit. I just skate for fun. Yeah. Like my friends is really good, but I just skated for fun. But.
And you had brought up like Crenshaw, and you grew up in like Lemert Park, right?
Yeah, Lemert, yeah.
Lemert, and did like growing up there have like any influence on like the type of things that you were into, like in terms of like skate, fashion, culture, and music? Like, did you have any like people that you looked up to during that time?
And Lemert, yeah, so a lot of legends out there in Lemert. With Nipsey from the Crenshaw district, he from 5 blocks down, and then you got like Project Blow, that's a hip hop, like an open mic hip hop workshop that's been going on since like 1988 or some shit.
Crazy.
I know, probably like 1998 or some shit, but before my time. it's a lot of freestylers and rappers and songwriters that come from Lemert Park.
Yeah, so
it's a big little music scene. That's really culture over there.
Because like the reason I asked is I was watching this Zane Lowe interview with Tyler. He was kind of talking about Odd Future and how like within this past decade, like
that there is one crew or one thing that has had the most impact on young independent creative spirits, and that is Odd Future. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. When you guys came out, you established your own independent lane, and you were just uncompromising, and then you were like open about who you were and what you liked and what you didn't like, and you weren't scared, and you've grown up in public, and so much greatness has come out of that.
He would say that you guys had one of the biggest impacts on our generation growing up, because I could speak for myself, Tate, a lot of the people in this room, like a lot of us grew up on Odd Future, and it kind of shaped the music we listened to and the fashion that we were into and how we interact with each other kind of as like this outcast generation. And you know, Tyler gave the answer saying like he hasn't really come to grasp with that whole idea yet that you guys had such a big impact, aside from like seeing a couple like album art or t-shirts out there. And I wondered like how you felt like about that, and if like you've kind of come to grasp with like the impact that you've had on like us kids and the way we create and the music that we're listening to.
With me, I feel like we all really just coming to grasp with it. Just noticing, realizing like younger kids and our influence. Cause you know, we all like 30 now. Tyler just turned 31, I think, or 30, something like that, but.
Yeah, so.
And like, yeah, with me, I'm just now, I kind of haven't until like last year.
So,
but it's been a while because we come up like y'all, like we just kids. We don't give a fuck about like people noticing these interview shit, like when we was first coming up, like, and what people thought, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a rebel type of vibe to it. So it's like, we just now realizing like, damn, all these kids that's like 22 now, and they were like, I was at your show. I'll be thinking, I'll be asking them when kids come up to me, they'd be like, I was at your show. Like, I was at that one show, you fucking kicked me in the head. I was like, what? Like, when? Like, how old are you? They'd be like, I'm 22. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so you were like 15 at my show? Like, damn, that's crazy. So I just don't even realize that until now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think about that shit. If we just out here, I'm not thinking like, oh shit, I got fans over here. Like, they're 15, that guy's like 30 in the crowd. We just doing shit, and now that shit's coming to fruition, and we getting older, we realizing the impact. Just from seeing the age range from kids coming up to us, like, damn, like that was a while ago, like, and kids are still got off shit on their stores, and people still got donut stickers and all that shit, you know.
And to piggyback off you were talking about like, it was like a lot of younger kids who was like seeing you during that time that are coming up to you now and saying like, we seen you do this or seen you at this show. And I was wondering like, did you and like the other members, like who was your guys' Odd Future? Like that thing for you when you guys were growing up that kind of was like a pivot point where you guys could all meet and like share experiences or like likes about this certain thing. Did you have something like that?
Well, yeah, like our Odd Future was like fucking jackass motherfuckers, and like Baker, coming up watching Baker video, the classic Baker with TK, groups like that. You know what I'm saying? Not even music people, because we all had a different styles in music. Like Tyler and Earl, they love Eminem and shit. I don't fuck with Eminem like that. Yeah. I like MF Doom and fucking producers Jay Dilla and fucking Nas, Jay-Z rappers and shit. You know, like Mike G, like Southern music. Everybody's got different.
You know, it's kind of the
influences, but for us, like, it was mainly like skateboarding, Jackass, Baker, and seeing like Supreme brands like that, fucking awesome, and seeing brands and groups of people like Jackass do shit like that's.
And now it's almost like
skate teams and shit like that. You know?
Things are coming like full circle now. Like, you talk about Jackass was kind of that for you when you was growing up, and now your friends is on there. Like, what did that feel like to see them on like the screen?
That shit made me proud, man, because that's just the shit that we was doing like when we was coming up, just filming ourselves, skating, just at McDonald's, having a food fight and shit, just doing goofy shit. Because that's where we got it from, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm seeing Jasper and his dad in there. That shit was funny as shit. Like, it's a fucking big, it's a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, those guys at Jackass, Johnny Knoxville, they're getting old, so, you know, they're passing the torch over to Jasper and the other young guys, so keeping that shit alive, the shit that we really fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we're also just like huge Jackass fans. We went during your opening night, the whole week we were kind of following up to the release, and
I just saw it like 4 days ago. I wanted to see it when it opened up, but I was busy, but yeah, I just saw it.
Do you have a favorite stunt from the movie at all?
Man, my favorite one was this fucking spider shit when they fucking had to blow this fucking spider. Jasper's dad, that nigga's so funny. Jasper's dad is the funniest one to me. Cause he's like the realest nigga. And it's just like, he still be down to do certain shit.
Yeah,
and
he's a rock star.
He gets scared as shit. Like, it's just like, it's just like unapologetically, he's like unfiltered. He don't got no acting skills or, yeah, I love that nigga. That spider shit was crazy, yo. He fucking passed out. Yo, that shit was crazy. I want to watch that shit again, yo. Yeah. I want to watch all the Jackass. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just crazy seeing it now from what we've watched and just like seeing them in it now.
You know,
it's a big deal.
You know, also OF Tape Volume 2 turns 10 in 8 days, man. How does that feel? Like, from here to now.
Days, huh? What day was it? The 28th or something? Shit. The OF tape? Shit. The anniversary, man. To me, it's nothing really. That's not even as much of a big deal as Jasper and his dad being in Jackass. Like, maybe like 25 years later, because
25?
Yeah. Yeah, because, yeah. But, you know, 10 years is a decade? So, shit.
A decade. So, like, in terms of Jackass, did you not know until it came out, or was this something that you were, like, kind of hearing of, and what was that anticipation like to see, like, did you ever wonder, like, yo, like, I wonder what stunts he's gonna be doing, or, like, the type of shit they're gonna have them do, or did you already know, like, before?
Nah, I didn't know. I didn't know anything. I knew Jasper was like fucking with them. I didn't know he was like officially a part, cause like you're not really supposed to tell everybody that type of shit. But once the movie was done, like I saw a couple clips, but yeah, I didn't see anything from the whole time they were filming. Like all that shit was a surprise. Like that shit was great.
So I want to transition over a little bit because we haven't heard a project from you since 2018, I believe. That was the last.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
You know, and I watched a couple of interviews that you did, and you spoke about how like you really want to work with more like Billboard artists as a producer, and you know, get just more across the map, like working with a bunch of different type of artists on these Mind Volume tapes. And I wanted to ask for Volume 3, is there any like specific artists that you're really like trying to get on the tape, or people that are already in the works with that you like would like to do?
For Volume 3, I ain't really even been. That's not even in the works yet, really. For Mind Gone, Volume 3. Yeah, we haven't even started on that project. I've been working on a bunch of different projects, just like as a producer, just trying to get placements But with 3, yeah, that hasn't even been talked about yet.
And I heard you speak about Jay Dilla earlier.
Yeah.
And that you're a big fan of him. I always wondered because, you know, I'm a big Jay Dilla fan, and I heard like within his like beat making process, he never would like quantize his beats. He would do a lot of shit like freehand and, you know, not exactly on beat. And I wanted to ask you if that like had any influence on how you work as a producer, or if you carry like any of those inspirations over into how you work now.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I'll be like purposely doing that sometimes, because like when I'm making beats or just certain sounds, certain shit that I'll make that has to have that swing, you know what I'm saying, that off kilter, off beat sound to it. So yeah, and that's definitely from Jay Dilla influence, like MF Doom, Madlib, but that's been in a lot of my music over the years. Yeah, I've used that technique for sure. You know.
Haji was the first to rap on one of your beats, right?
Yeah, Haji was the first. Yeah.
So like, there's so many like talented individuals that came from our future. What was it about like Haji that kind of like drove you guys together, and like why you guys work so well together?
Shit, man, just cause I don't know, we just met first, you know. If you would have met, you know, another producer first, they probably would have been locked in, you know, like Haji and that guy. But he met me first. We just like smoking weed, and we like the same shit, and we clicked in. Like, he fucked with Jay Dilla shit. That was like one of the first things we sampled. Like, we was sampling Jay Dilla, MF Doom shit. He was rapping over MF Doom beats and shit, and I was like, I'm gonna sample this and make some shit. So you wanted to rap over an MF Doom beat. So yeah, we just ended the same shit. Yeah.
What was the sample for that first one?
It was a Jay Dilla Madlib beat. The Jay Lib, they did a collab, Jay Dilla and Madlib. The Heist, I think the beat was. It was one of those, but it was like one of them little cuts, like at the end of the song, where it's the beat that just plays. You know how Jay Dilla be doing shit. It'd be like 4 beats in one song and shit. It was like one of them little 20-second clips. I caught it and then I looped it, but it was off the Madlib Jay Lib album. But yeah, we was just into the same producers, same shit, and we just clicked. And that's when I was first fucking with rappers and shit. And yeah, that was the first person to get on my beats. Yeah.
And you have like an instrumental tape that you had on SoundCloud, right? But you took it off. Is that ever?
Oh yeah, I did have one on there. Yeah, that was a while ago. I'm actually about to put out like a bunch of instrumentals, hopefully this month, because I'm still trying to figure out how I want to release it. Because, you know, like I said, like my influences like Madlib, Jay Dilla. I want it to be similar to that. So I got like 150 beats ready to go, but I'm trying to like put them all together as a project, so as an instrumental project. I put like movie cuts in there and little scenes from cartoons and shit, and like kind of break it up. So it's just one whole thing you just listen to.
That's crazy.
Interludes and shit. But I got some instrumentals coming out, but I want to put them out the right way. That was like a few years ago. I was just putting shit out. I was like, you could buy beats. I was just putting shit out.
Do you still have it?
What?
Or was it like lost?
No, I still have a bunch of those beats here. A lot of those beats, I'm just gonna put them out for free for a beat tape, you know, just for people to listen to, like my shit from 2011, shit from fucking, you know, 10 years ago, 9 years ago. And shit, yeah.
Almost gonna be like a compilation of everything.
Yeah. Yep, up to now, yeah. A lot of older shit from 2 years ago, shit from this year. I'm just start putting the instrumental beat tapes out. Just cause, you know, I know I ain't been putting out a bunch of shit, and that shit be fucking with me. I'll be like, damn, like, cause people always ask me, like, when you putting some new shit out? Like, when's the new Mellow Hype? Like, people always ask me, like, pretty much every other day, like, and I'll be like, it's coming, it's coming. And I gotta stop lying to niggas. They gotta put some shit, cause I got the music, I just gotta, it's the way you put it out. Yeah, the way you deliver it. So, but yeah, it's coming up for sure. I'm for sure it is coming. Like I got new music that just came out a couple weeks ago, but yeah.
So I know music artists, like going back and like listening to old work sometimes is really tough. Sometimes you listen to stuff and you're like, man, like I can't believe I made this, or you kind of get sick of hearing it. And you're talking about you're going back almost 10 plus years and building all this stuff. Did you ever find it like surprising, or find some things that you almost forgot about and you're like, oh shit, like I forgot making this, and it brings like flashback memories for you?
Yeah, dude, yeah. A lot of stuff, yeah, like that's why I want to put it out, because there's a lot of older stuff that still sound good, you know, that people haven't heard. It's old to me, but it'll be new to you when you hear it. Even though I'm telling you, this is old as fuck, but you haven't heard it yet, you know. I just gotta polish shit up. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. A lot of older shit that I got, like, it's like having old shoes in the closet, like the Jordans, you know, I had to pull them shits out, clean them up, deliver them. But yeah, that's like vintage antique shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just like antique to me. Older beats, old music, unreleased shit.
It must be like hard. I'd be so antsy, I feel like, to like let everybody hear it.
Yeah, I was like that, you know, that's how every artist is, but I'm like, now I just make so much shit, I gotta like I gotta start releasing shit, even if it's not a song, it's just beats. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, speaking of like old shoes, talking about vintage, do you have any like old OF pieces or like golf pieces now that you own like today?
I probably got those old donut Vans. I probably do, but I don't wear Vans like that. They just at my mom's house. And I got the first golf wing jacket, the Letterman. He didn't put it out. It's just like a cat on the back. It say it's golf wing, but it's like a Letterman. And I think that was the first one he made.
That's insane, man. Cause you used to do graphic design, like in SF when you were studying out there, correct?
Yeah, I was in art school.
Did you design like any merchandise or like clothing, artwork, like off of that, and then like back in those days?
Well, yeah, I was working with the Our Future line. I designed like most of that shit. Like we would all do that shit though. Me, Tyler, Jasper.
Any specific favorite pieces that you're like, damn, you're looking at and you're like, this is the one?
From the OF line?
Yeah.
So I made this bucket hat that had like some stars and stripes on it. That one was a pretty good piece. We had a couple joints out there. That was a while ago. I made hella shorts. Yeah. All that shit pretty much looked the same though. Yeah. But it was these one short stock with these crazy drawstring. I had to go downtown and shit and go look for the string. We was like looking through fashion garments. That was my first time ever doing that and shit. It really felt like I was doing something. Like, all right, we're gonna put this right here. But yeah, that was cool. Made hella shorts. The line is still doing good. We had Zoomies and shit. And, you know, Our Future clothing.
And speaking of like SF, while you were studying out there, I always wondered like, why did you stop with the graphic design? Kind of move.
Well, shit, I was just getting into it. I went to I went to Art Institute of San Francisco, like right after high school. I graduated in 2008. And then like I had like a month off and then I went to college.
It's not really,
but I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. That was just like the only school I got accepted to. Cause I wanted to go to college, I just didn't know where. I didn't really give a fuck, but I just wanted to go somewhere for my parents so they won't be looking at me crazy like this nigga ain't in fucking school.
Off camera, I did the same thing, same school.
At Art Institute, yeah, I was there 08 and I wanted to do music and shit. I would study music, but I just went for graphic design. But I was only there for like 6 months. That was like 2008. At the end of 2008, our future was just getting started. It was like already started back home, and I went to SF and I set up a show in SF for everybody. I was like, we got a show. Then Sid's dad drove us over there.
From SF?
That was our first show. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was our first show. We might have did some shit in LA. That shit don't count though. We went out to LA. They booked us, the homies. So now I was like, yeah, I'm not going in school no more. Like fuck that. We rappers. We got paid for that show. I was like, then after that, yeah, shit started going crazy.
So I heard this rumor that like Tyler said that y'all split the first 500 from y'all first show. Do you remember what you did with your 100?
I think that was probably in SF. Did you say it was SF?
I believe that was the
I
first show.
fucking spent that shit probably just on weeds and a bottle.
What's the drink of choice?
Tequila. Reposado. Yeah, Reposado.
That's blonde go crazy.
Yeah, I like tequila, man. I used to drink Henny a lot, but that's just
dangerous.
When you're drinking a lot, it's
did you
just start fucking with your brain and shit.
Did you meet Larry June and that stuff when you were out there studying graphic design, or was that after?
No, I didn't meet him out there. Where I meet him at, man? I heard of him when I was out there, but I didn't meet him out there. Cause the first show, I actually met him in New York. Like fucking, well, that's how I got that was like years later. That's when we did the song on the Mind Gone tape. That was like 2016. I was like in New York for a couple months. But he had a show. I was like, Larry June? I was like, I know that guy. He was like, he's in New York. Somebody was telling me. And he didn't have, but nobody had his show. I was like, but yeah, that was the first time I met him. I'm like, yeah, I fuck with you. Pulled up to his show backstage and shit. I was like, yeah, I know who you are. Like, he was just coming up, like 2016. Was
that where the conversation about Mind Gone Volume 2 was had, or was it like lead up to that kind of?
That's when it was like in the works already.
Word.
Like when he's 17, I was in New York, just like living out there with the homie. Yeah, he got a store called The Good Company. That's a homie I met from art school. But I was just out there working with a couple artists, like homies like the Pro Era and like Joey Badass's homies. I forgot. We did some shit, but nothing never came out. They were like, it was like a unorganized situation. Nobody had managers. But yeah, I was in New York and shit.
So during that time, were you
working on the tape and shit in the studio and shit?
You said you was like around Pro Era. Were you able to meet Steve's? Like,
yeah, we met him. Yeah, I met him and all those guys. Yeah. I remember Steve's. I don't remember too many of the names, but I remember other Puerto Rican homie. But yeah, I was just like one day. We wasn't like hanging out the whole time. I don't know him like that, but I met him a couple times, and we was in the stew one time. And they were cool, but
so
that was just a little quick little situation, you know.
So we don't have too much time left, so I have a couple like rapid-paced questions. I'm just gonna start firing them off, and you can answer however you like. So, all right, favorite cheese?
Favorite cheese, that Gruyere. Gruyere. Good burger, yeah.
What's the coolest piece of machinery you know how to operate?
Yeah. A machinery, like.
Next question.
Next question.
Do you have any box head pieces?
No, I don't got any box head pieces, so that's crazy.
Still wanting to work with 6ix9ine?
Nah, I don't want to work with 6ix9ine no more. It's another artist like him that's out now. I just followed like a couple days ago. It's a new 6ix9ine out now. I ain't, you know.
What are your thoughts on bugs?
Bugs? Shit, I never used to like bugs and shit, but I'm interested in bugs. Like, I don't like small spiders and shit.
But you fuck with bugs?
But I'm interested in everything about bugs. But I don't.
Last question.
Kind of arachnophobia type of thing.
2 more. Alright, last 2 questions, man. What the fuck is up with the Instagram, man?
Well, my Instagram? I was just like all fan art and shit. I just been posting like shit that people draw of me for the past few years.
Work, cause you know, I was kind of hard at work earlier today before you came out.
Oh, you got some shit?
I made something for you, man.
Oh shit, okay.
Starting my artist.
Oh, it's got the chef? Oh, that's automatic. Oh yeah, I'm gonna post this.
Work.
Oh, that's for sure, yeah. Just give me your at and oh yeah. I needed the new one too. There's a couple on there I ain't post either. I ain't forget about y'all. I gotta send it to me again. Chef left, let's go, yes sir. Thank you, bro. Yes,
Of course. So last question I got for you, man. Before you head out, thank you for coming. We were just wondering if Left Brain ever found the freak.
Hey man, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. A few. I gotta find them and lose them. All
Straight.
round.
Straight from Chef Left, man.